Hey, Pastor Tommy here with your weekly update and sermon teaser. So this week I wanted to do something a little bit different. This is my first week. I have a brand new camera. You probably can tell like the high quality and the Steven Spielberg like graphics and the Tom Hanks like acting on this side of the camera. Either way, I do have a new camera. But what I wanted to talk about was basically a few trends. Watched a great video today about 7 trends that are going to happen in 2021 with church, 7 trends for social media, and I didn't want to talk about all of those because it just gets long and boring. In fact, I made a long, boring video, and now I'm making a second one, which will be short and exciting. So the first trend that will be unavoidable in 2021 for the church is that attendance is not going to change. In other words, it's not going to get better. Currently, we have about 100 people that are worshiping at our in-person worship service. That's about a third of our membership. And statistics say that a third of people are never coming back to church, and another third are going to probably take a good long time, like years, before they come back to church. So attendance isn't going to be the same. What that means is if all of your eggs are in the, we can't wait till church gets back to normal and we have a full church and everyone's singing and it'll be so awesome. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Hopefully we'll be able to do more than just hum. Governor Inslee, that's a direct plea to you. And second trend has to do with the first trend, is that hybrid worship is not going away either, right? In other words, for me and Samuel, it was really nice when all we had to do was record a sermon and edit it and upload it, and then we'd just be with our home group on Sunday. And it would be really, I don't want to say easy, it would just be our job, right, to do Sunday morning church in person, but we'd now do both, and we're going to have to do both for the rest of our ministry here, probably. And so that's just going to be the case. So the good news, if you can't come to church, if you're not able to come to church, is that we're going to continue doing the virtual services probably in perpetuity. The bad news is you are going to miss out on some things, because one of the trends, again, is less social media posts, because people are just tired of social media. It's saturated. On Sunday mornings in person, I ask all the time, I ask people, say, what'd you think of my update this week? And they're like, didn't watch it. You're probably not watching it right now. That's okay, because we're moving from lower quality to higher quality. The reason we don't live stream is because we can't live stream in a high quality fashion. We can pre-record in a high quality fashion. Will we be able to live stream high quality someday? Maybe, but we'll just have to see. That is what it is. So what does that mean? The next trend, I mean, there's a lot of them, but one of the next trends that I think is important is just that we need to have new expressions of the church. That you as the church, if we're going to function, if we're going to be vibrant, if we're going to actually see people come to Christ, it's going to actually happen because you as the church are making it happen. In other words, are you as the church engaging your neighbors? It's going to be much more effective moving forward into the future for members to come to elders and pastors and say, hey, I have this idea because in our neighborhood this is happening, or I have this idea because in my mom's group this is happening. If you're waiting around for me and the elders to sort of look over the whole landscape of the 10th most diverse community in the United States and figure out, like, okay, here's the plan that's going to happen, besides the fact the logistics, everything changes because of the government regulations, it's just never going to happen. I mean, we're trying to plan from a macro level, but if we really want to reach people, we need to be getting the input from you. So hear that from me. Not only hear permission from me, but actually hear it as sort of a mandate. Are you figuring out ways to reach your neighbors, and are you bringing those back to the rest of us and saying, hey, here's what I figured out? So that could be awesome, I think. Last thing is the videos I watched today talk about was just the churches that wait will win, or win the wait. In other words, churches that sort of just like give up now, or aren't trying to engage now it's like sort of selling your stock at the bottom of the market, right? That God is doing something in this. I mean, if God is in charge, he is definitely doing something, and there are opportunities all over the place. We just have to spot them and take advantage of them. So that leads to my last thing today, which is basically the sermon teaser. This week we're looking at Mark chapter 4, the captain of the storm, and that's where Jesus calms the Sea of Galilee, and he just says, "Peace, be still," and it just stops. And the disciples who were afraid before the storm, or before Jesus calmed the storm, are even more afraid after. It is the greatest passage. They're like, who is this guy, right? He healed a few people, that's cool. He taught some people, that was great. He forgave a guy, awesome. But he just changed the weather, right? That's not David Blaine. That is a whole nother level. So whether you're going to be here in person or whether you're just going to be with us virtually, I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Have a great rest of the week. Pastor Tommy